I've never had one before, so I'm looking forward to finding out a little bit more about it. Let's have a quick listen, and then what we'll do is we'll take it apart, yeah. These pickups are driving that Vox amp like this. Loose wire somewhere. So there's plenty of room there to fiddle around with the wiring, which is what I've got to do now. Never a good thing when a guitar develops a wiring glitch, but when you're halfway through reviewing it, well, you know, let's wish for the best. Hello everyone, thanks for joining us today. You're very welcome, as always. Good to see you. So, what we got? Today, we have Squier Classic Vibe Starcaster. As you can see, it's resplendent in what I call 70s brown. They call it walnut, but I think you'll agree 70s brown pretty much sums up the colour. Yeah, it's a cool guitar. Got this in as another kind of contender for our ES335 Rivals series that we're sort of making. Believe that Fender introduced the Starcaster in the mid-70s, 76 I think it was, to compete with the 335, to try and get a piece of that market. I don't think it was tremendously successful. Didn't last very long, but I think you'll agree it's a really cool guitar. I've never had one before, so I'm looking forward to finding out a little bit more about it. So yeah, let's do that. Right, so Squier Classic Vibe Starcaster retails in the UK around about £350 at the moment. So it's a lot of guitar for that sort of money, and as we know, classic vibes are really bloody good guitars. So be interesting to see if this one lives up to that expectation, I suppose. In fact, this one, I didn't buy this brand new. It is a 2021 model, crafted in Indonesia. It tells us there. I actually paid £299 for this, so it's very lightly used. I mean, it's as good as new, as far as I can tell. But I saw it in a local shop, Lee Music Company, and £299. So I thought, well, I need one of them. Let's have it. So here it is. So maple centre block, same as the ES335. Laminated maple body on this particular one. Maple neck. Real nice Squier maple neck. Skunk stripe, as you can see there. And as you can see, this is a bolt-on. Unlike the Gibson ones, which are, you know, through necks, fixed necks. This is obviously the very Fender bolt-on. So I might take that off actually, and we'll have a look in that cavity. See what happens in there. See if there's a solid block. Presumably there's a solid block in the bottom, but let's find out. Headstock, I like the headstock a lot. It's definitely nice kind of ergonomic symmetry to it. Nice sting there. I think it's probably influenced a lot of the old boutique dealers, or the new boutique dealers, isn't it? Clusen Deluxe style tuners, metal buttons, very nice. This has got a bone nut on this, according to the spec sheets here. Medium jumbo frets. Great fret job, you know, nothing sharp you can feel there at all. And, you know, Squier necks are always really nice for some reason. Yeah, but they are. I mean, there's something about Squier necks that is great. You go, doesn't feel like an affordable guitar neck. So nickel-plated hardware, Stop tailpiece, you know, standard stop tailpiece. The bridge here, as you can see, it's based on the Nashville Tunematic style, which is slightly wider than the ABR1, which is a little bit thinner. The downside of that is that quite often, as you can see here, the strings will touch the back of the bridge there. I don't like to see that myself, so I probably will want to raise the bridge a little bit just to create a fag paper's width underneath those strings so it's not rubbing. Can cause breakages, that. Okay, so standard, you know, these are 2 humbuckers, 2 tones, 2 volumes, standard layout. Now these pickups, Fender wide range humbucking pickups. Now the story goes that Fender, obviously well known for single coil pickups, Telecaster, Stratocaster. In 1970, they wanted to get into the humbucker world, you know, wanted to take on Gibson. So they drafted in Seth Lover, who invented the Gibson PAF humbucker. So they nicked Lover from Gibson, and he came up with Fender's version of the humbucker pickup, which are these wide range pickups. I say these are based on, you know, what the Fender original wide range humbucking pickups, although the originals have different magnets to these, so they're a little bit different. Those magnets are quite rare these days, so these are a sort of an assimilation of that, if that's the word. But the originals are quite sought after and quite unique pickups, and they sound great. And I know that because I have one in my original 1978 Telecaster Custom. Here it is, an original Fender wide range humbucker. And it sounds immense. I've got to tell you, I will be doing a film with this soon, so yeah, watch out for that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these little puppies sound like. I'll be honest, I've done the playing already, and to my ears they sounded pretty damn good. So let's have a quick listen, and then what we'll do is we'll take it apart. Yeah, we'll measure the neck, we'll pickups, we'll see what it weighs, and all that nonsense. So yeah, see you in a minute. Okay, first things first, let's weigh it. £7 9 ounces, 3.43 kilograms. So, yeah. Okay, so full disclosure, I've done quite a lot of playing on this already, and it was all going fine, and I was switching between the pickups, playing with my knobs a little bit. And then for some reason, the back pickup, neck pickup, stopped working. I'll show you. So what we'll be doing today is we'll be taking the strings off, whacking the pickups up to have a look and see what's going on underneath, and we'll be going a little bit further. Right, let's look at the hardware. What we've got here, stop tailpiece, pretty much standard, feels about the standard weight, no identifying marks on that at all. That weighs in at 72 grams. The bridge, again, no identifying marks at all. Let's weigh that. 55 grams. And what I like to do is see if alternative hardware will fit. This is the lightweight Faber stuff, Gibson specs, goes straight on. And this is a Faber Germany replacement Gibson bridge with the Gibson width posts. Here we go. Look at that. Goes straight on, that stuff. Straight on. Gibson stuff and Epiphone stuff will go straight on. Well, I say Epiphone bridges, you'd have to change the posts. Not why would you want to put an Epiphone bridge on this, you wouldn't, but if you want to put a Gibson style ABL1 on it, like that, well, okay, that's, so if you do that, that will probably fix the strings touching the back of the bridge scenario that we spoke about earlier. You'll note this has got nylon saddles on this particular bridge. This one I've got kicking around waiting for a project. I've also got one with brass saddles actually, so yeah, got a plan for that. So that's good, that's interesting, I think. Well, I think so, anyway. Okie dokie. Right, I'm gonna take the scratch plate off, make some space. Start with the neck. So this one I need to investigate the wiring. Now let's have a look and see what's under here first. So here we are inside the neck pickup cavity. It's quite dusty in there, and you can see. So there's a hole that goes through there, which might help for the placement of the switch. Yeah, and you can see the ply of the maple there where I can. Hopefully you can see that. It looks like three ply maple top, and then obviously there's the block that's carved away for the pickup legs to go in. And on the back of the pickup, as you can see, it's identified as G&B Pickup Co Limited. So obviously Squier outsourced these to G&B Pickup Co Limited. There you go. Here we go. We're going in. Bridge pickup cavity. Yeah, same there. Yeah, and you can see the laminate top. G&B Pickup Co Limited, as per the neck. And there's a, yeah, there's a gap there in the centre block so you can feed the wires through. Go around the other side, show you a shot of that. So there's plenty of room there to fiddle around with the wiring, which is what I've got to do now. So what I'm going to try and do is remove the volume pot on the neck pickup, this one here, and hopefully Well, hopefully that will come out without pulling the whole thing out. Enough for me to see if there's a loose wire. Let's have a look and see. Just go for it and see what happens. I managed to get the volume and the tone out on their own without. So I'll have a see if I can. Well, they're Korean ginseng pots. I've done that thing where I've had a wiggle around. I can't see any obvious wires missing, but I've had a wiggle around, obviously moving it, and it currently appears to be working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back and keep my fingers crossed that it carries on working, because the alternative is to try and work out which of the wires has got a break in it, and I don't have time for that at the moment. I'm trying to make a film. So, well, you know, let's wish for the best. Still working. Loose wire somewhere. It appears to be working at the moment. Let's be interested to see what happens once we put new strings on it and see if it does actually work. But that's really all I can do for now. It's, you know, have a failing taking it out completely and you know, checking it connection by connection, which is probably what is needed, or just change the wiring loom. But it's a fairly new guitar, so it's obviously something to watch out for. You know, because if the wiring does short on a guitar like this, it's a bloody nightmare. You know, I mean, I've just spent an hour faffing around, maybe temporarily fixing it purely by, maybe if wires were touching, rubbing, getting too close, who knows. We just hope that, because I'm gonna play some more, and I'd like the neck pickup to work, because I'd like to, you know, see how well the controls work, and I haven't been able to do that yet. So, well, we'll find out. If you stick around, we'll find out what happens. Sorry for that detour. That's about it, really, isn't it? Let's we'll measure the neck. Let's have a look at the neck measurements. Okay, here's the neck profile and measurements at the 1st fret. And here's the neck profile and measurements at the 12th fret. So hopefully now at least we'll be able to get the pickup readings. So let's have a look. Yeah, bridge pickup, just over 8 kilo ohms. And on the neck, yeah, we've got a reading 7.59 kilo ohms. So far so good. yeah, if in doubt, wiggle the wires around and it might work. Okay, so let's put it back together, put some new strings on it and plug it in, see what happens. See you in a minute. So the good news is it's working still. That's the neck pickup. It's rolled off. And the bridge. Rig I'm using today is the AC15C1. Here are the settings. And on the pedal board today, here you go. I've just got the TC Spark on. I'm just going to use that to push the valves a little bit. I've got a big muff. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that yet. And that's it. Well, obviously, a little bit of compression, a little bit of slap back. So it's set. So these pickups are driving that Vox amp like this. Pretty hard anyway, but you can roll it off right back to. And the neck full up. So I'm not going to muck around anymore while it's working. Let's play something and we'll have a fiddle around while we're doing that and see what happens. So here we are. We've made it through. It's been a bit of a journey this week. I won't lie. Obviously, it's not a good thing. Never a good thing when a guitar develops a wiring glitch. But when you're halfway through reviewing it, you know, some decisions to make. I did for one moment. I thought, well, I'll just ignore it and hope that no one notices. I had filmed quite a bit of playing at that point, and then it just gave up on me. But as you saw, we thought we'd have a poke around and see what it was. We don't know what it was, but you know, some wires touching or something. But we got lucky, and it's still working, and it made it to the end. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, you know, something to consider, because it's quite a cheap guitar, and I mean, I can't sell this on now without fixing that. I mean, I could, you know, let the buyer deal with it, but I wouldn't do that. So I've got to fix this now properly, or I've got to know that it's fixed before I sell it. And if you're going to get one of these, it's worth considering the wiring might be a weak point, particularly if you're going to gig it, because you don't really want... I suppose it's got 2 pickups, so if one pickup does give up the ghost during a gig, it's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal. So, bear that in mind if you're thinking about getting one of these. Beyond that, I mean, it's a nice guitar. It's a nice guitar. I mean, I'm not uber excited about it, as you can probably tell, but I think it's a cool guitar. I really like this. I really like the style, the design. It plays nice. It plays nice, and I think it sounds nice. I think the strength. These pickups are really nice. I think it's very versatile. They're called wide range humbuckers, and they do. They cover a wide tonal palette, if you like. And bearing in mind, I haven't fiddled with them, settings, the heights and stuff like that. So you could definitely dial this in even sweeter, if that's the term. If you spend a little bit of time fettling it. But nice, yeah, nice pickups. I'm not sure about the colour now. I thought I'd like this in brown. I always wanted a Telecaster Deluxe in that 70s brown, and the Stratocaster, the 70s Strat. I think they call it mocha brown. Not sure, but I thought this would look good in brown. I'm not sure. I think on reflection, if I'd had a choice, obviously this was used, so I didn't. But if I bought it again, I'd probably get a natural colour maple one, which looks nice. And they also do sunburst, and they also do I think it's a high performance range. I'll just flick some pictures up there because I'm not sure what it's called, but it's slightly different. I think it's solid body. I'm not sure. Have a look. Should do my research before I start talking. Next stop for this is we're going to make a film comparing it, or putting it in the comparison mix with the ES335. So ES335 Arrivals Part 2 will feature this alongside the Gretsch that we've got here. The Gretsch G something or other, I've forgotten the number already. This is walnut, I believe. It's a slightly more convincing walnut than the Squier, I must say. So yeah, this, and of course the Epiphone ES335, and something else. Not sure what that's going to be yet. So we've got to get another semi-acoustic, review that, and then we'll do the comparison part 2. So stick around, subscribe if you haven't, and get the notifications and all that sort of stuff. And I never do that, do I? I never ask people to subscribe or like the videos. So on this occasion, please forgive me. I've just done it by accident. I won't do it again. Okay, that's all for this week. Thanks very much for sticking with us, if you're still here, of course. And join me again next week and find out what's happening. See you then. Ta-ra.